Good morning. Welcome to the Mayor's Weekly, and as promised last week, we're going to devote this session to talking about pickleball, the opportunities we currently have, and things that we're working on to make enhancements in the future. And what we know about pickleball is gaining popularity in a major way across the country. Is that right, Kathy? I know you have an interest in it, and it. Where we're at today in the city, Kathy, I know that our tennis public, and I underscore public, tennis courts adjacent to Bevel State, what you and I knew as a girls' dorm years ago, there's a provision there to play pickleball. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
How many courts would be there, Kathy?
You know, I'm not sure how many courts are there, but there's a number of courts, and so you can have a number of pickleball players and people playing tennis.
Yeah. And then we go to Swan Gym, and I believe you've played pickleball there, haven't you?
I play pickleball at Swan Gym on Sunday afternoon, and we have 5 courts available.
Were you the only
Swan
one
Gym.
there?
No, about 30 people.
Okay.
So.
Like that's indicative of what we just said. It is growing in popularity.
Yes,
and what I would say, you know, is if you're looking after a municipality, it's extremely important that you take care of core operations, and you hope you can run your municipality in a way that you can do things beyond taking care of core operations. I read about the challenges that so many municipalities face, and they don't have enough money really to take care of core operations, and what that means is making enhancements in quality of life is just not to them. Fortunately, in our city, we have the financial wherewithal to make enhancements, quality of life enhancements, and I know you and I spoke prior to coming here. What we've done in our parks has been a complete overhaul at Gamble Park, and North Park, and at the Natatorium Park, and we'll have a segment on that. But some time ago, we had a group that came here to our council work session and handled them in the right way, asking is there a way to have additional pickleball courts, and we said we'd certainly take a look at that, and so we got busy and engaged an engineering firm that does a lot of work for the city to take a look at, in conjunction with a contractor that does tennis courts and pickleball courts, coming up with some plan for a pickleball court here in the city, and Kathy's been actively involved in that. What we know about the project today, it's very typical of projects that we get in. They always cost more than we thought they were going to cost. But Kathy, where we're at today, the site, and this will become a reality barring something unforeseen. The site for the new pickleball courts will be at Swan Gym. We want to talk a little bit about that and where we're at work-wise, and then as a side note, when you talk about that, I want to reach back to something you and I have talked about in previous sessions, but kind of give an overview of where we're at and what we're doing.
Okay, sure. Well, the first thing, we wanted to make certain that the property that the pickleball courts were going to be located on, that the dirt and the drainage would, that there wasn't any problems for drainage and dirt in that area. So it's in a sort of a low area behind Swan Gym, but there's been tennis courts back in that area years ago. And so we had that checked out, and all that has been worked through. And so now we have developed a bid package that would be 9 pickleball courts.
Now I want to stop right there. That's where I'm talking about reaching back. Now, Kathy, we had a segment, maybe more than one segment, because we drew some criticism about how things are done. And we had a bid package, and I believe that last weekend ran for the first time in our
Yes, sir.
local paper and for the world to look at, and if you qualified, for the world to bid on.
That's
Yeah.
correct. You
And-
know, state law, if you've got a project that is over 100,000 now, and it just recently changed, because it was 50, but state law has now moved that up to 100. Then that project, and if it's a public works project, and this was, you have to bid that project.
Yeah, so you're not gonna give it to your brother-in-law or
Exactly.
cousin?
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
And so, you know, you take some time to develop a bid package, and so thank goodness we're through that phase, but it has been advertised, and the bids are due to come back in and will be opened I think it's Monday of July the 17th. Public can attend that. We do think we've got some interest from contractors.
Well, Kathy, as we put the bid package together, it's a little bit like looking to buy a car. You can buy as many accessories as you want. And as we put this bid package together, we made the decision to have it bid with pretty much a full complement of accessories, knowing that it's probably going to cost more than that we think can be allocated for the project. But it gives us the opportunity to hold on to things that we think are important, pare down things that may not be important, something we might can do down the road. We know that the bid package calls for 9 courts, and we hope that's what they can do. It could have some slight paring down there and make that a phase 2 of the project. But again, that's speculation at this point, so I don't want to alarm that. We have to get the bid package back in, get the bids, take a look at it, and the final decision of how much money can be allocated for this will be decided by the council.
Yes, sir.
And Kathy, let's say July 17th we get the bids in, and we'll take a look at them, make sure we have an understanding, and present at our first work session after receiving the bids, and which may be the end of July, we'll call it 1st of August or whatever. If we were able to award a bid in the 1st of August, when do you think we would have pickleball courts? You know?
I'm not sure if normally the bid's going to give 60, 90 days or so to start a project. I'm sure there's a deadline date in the bid package, but, you know, we would hope that the pickleball courts could be built for the fall, by the fall.
Fall of this year?
That's
So
what
it could
we're
come that
hoping.
quick? Okay, good. Well, we've looked at other pickleball facilities, other municipalities, and like I said, you can have all sorts of accessories with that, and we want ours to be reflective of what we think about Jasper, and we're going to make every effort to
Yes, sir.
to do that. So if we can get it in place by fall, nice fall weather, it's an outside activity like tennis, is that right? And
Yes, sir.
hopefully we get that going. And Kathy, this will not be done to close down what we currently have, but it will be in addition to.
Yes, sir, because you certainly can play at Swan Gym. It's opened 2 days a week in the mornings as well as on Sunday afternoon for several hours of playtime, and then up at the courts behind Walker College.
Right. Now, Kathy, we're working now to to get in motion a project to rehab the tennis courts just down from the Good Center.
Yes, sir.
And what the plan is at this point, and we have folks looking at it, is we will rehab those courts in a way that you'll have a tennis court and 2 pickleball
Yes,
courts. And we'll make upgrades to the lighting and that sort of thing. And we are in the process of getting a package together to see what that might cost, and it may very well have to be bid. We'll take a look at that if we do, but that'll be another opportunity for those interested in playing pickleball. So again, it's great to be able to make quality of life enhancements in your city, and we've been fortunate, like I said, to do a great deal of that at Kathy and our 3 parks, and I just received a text message prior to walking in here from a grandmother thanking us for the upgraded park at the natatorium. But off the top of your head, Kathy, the city has spent probably how much on those 3 parks?
Oh my goodness. Apex alone was 400,000, I think.
Probably over
and
$1
then-
million.
Probably so.
Probably over $1 million on our 3 parks, and that's any way you slice it. That's pretty spiffy for a city of 15,000 people. And what I will tell you about that $1 million, that $1 million came from internally generated funds. There is not 1 penny of grant money in that. Is that right,
No,
Kathy?
sir, there's not.
Not 1 penny. We paid with money that we generated here in the city of Jasper. Pleased about that, and we're excited about, I said, making an expansion of opportunities to play pickleball here in the city. And as we know more about that, we get the bid package in, the council looks at it, and we know exactly what the final product's going to look like. We'll commit another one of these sessions to bring you up to date on that and the timeline for getting it built. So good news for our city progress. What I would tell you is without question, our city is growing. A major real estate developer was in our city yesterday, and the first observation they made, they'd been here before, how our city is growing. You only have to drive our streets and highways to see the traffic load that's out there. You go shopping, that sort of thing. And that's what we're about, building a better Jasper, seeing Jasper grow, and having Jasper grow, generating sales tax revenue. And that's why we have the internal generated fund to spend $1 million on parks. Is that right? That comes from our chief financial officer, and she's been doing it a long time. So pleased to have you with us today. Hope you have a nice 4th of July, and we'll look forward to being with you when we get back after the 4th. Again, hope you have a most enjoyable 4th of July.